It is remarkable to me the continuity in my clients that are having trouble with their girlfriends, their wives, their fiancés, and this craving desire for pleasure, for touch, for physical connection, for some kind of intimacy. It is remarkable how many men over the years I have coached with this particular problem. They come across some of my content pertaining to the masculine and feminine dynamics, and they begin to they watch the videos, and maybe they send me a message, and maybe we have a conversation together, and maybe we enter into some kind of coaching relationship, and they espouse. I've heard the stories so many times. It is so disconcerting how pernicious and pervasive this particular context is. 5 years married, 10 years married, 3 years in a relationship, 5 years in a relationship. She doesn't want to have sex with me anymore. The bedroom is dead. It is like we are roommates. I don't understand after our marriage why she doesn't want to have sex with me anymore. This is absolutely terrifying because I see it. I mean, here's the thing. You hear about these stories like I'm telling you right now. Maybe you have a friend, or maybe this has personally happened to you, but the magnitude in the ubiquity of these stories, at least for me, because I get all the gossip. I'm behind the curtains. I'm in their bedroom. Pause. What I'm trying to describe to you is that I know intimate details about, how this is unfolding. And I always start with the same thing, which is the antidote to this particular problem. And the antidote is you have lost your frame. You have lost your polarity. You have lost your stiffness. I know it's crude to say. I've used this analogy before, but it is you as masculine energy in the world, you need to almost mirror your sexual organ counterpart, right? A penis cannot penetrate if it is not hard, unyielding, and, well, the latter points make my point. A vagina can't penetrate itself. Now, I know I'm being crude here, but the analogy is important for the point that I'm trying to make. It's the micro to the macro. I'm not insulting you. I'm using micro in the, moving on. It's the micro to the macro, right? Meaning all of life from a microscopic level is a mirror or a reflection in the lake of what is happening on the sky above, right? What does a craving, desirous, greedy child who is wanting after sex demonstrating to their partner? It is demonstrating a lack of not having. It is demonstrating a lack of wholeness, a lack of completeness, a lack of inner love. That I need something outside of myself in order to feel whole. Could there be anything more weak, impotent, limp than that? It is the penis saying, I need something to be strong, to be stiff, to demonstrate my penetrative powers. Make no mistake, this is true. In all female to male sexual dynamics begins with demonstrating that which is in and of itself masculine. If the sun, which is masculine, by the way, it's inherently masculine. If the sun rose next morning and there was no warmth, there was no shine, then the mystical and majestic dark nature of the moon would fail to demonstrate its beauty, its brightness, its mystery, its intrigue, its mystique, right? You need that polarity for the other to really come into its own nature. And I know this, I've made this point before with polarity. Never is the summer so warm without the crushing cold of the winter. And equally, your woman, the feminine manifestation of your partner in human form cannot express its fullness if you are being weak. It's a hard thing to say. It's even more difficult things to hear, especially for the people that I work with personally. But perhaps I layer it in a more, compassionate way, and perhaps I am now. But then again, directness and bluntness is like a sledgehammer to your precious ego, which needs to be shattered. A lot of men go in a completely different direction. They go, I need to make more money. I need to make more money to impress her. I need to buy a fancier car. I need to dress snappier. And maybe momentarily she acquiesces. Maybe you get respite. Maybe you get relief. Maybe she sleeps with you again one night. But that is it's a band-aid on a wound that needs surgery. That's what it is. You are treating a symptom, not the cause. That's the trite saying. And the cause is a lack of divine masculine energy, which manifests itself in life force, in sex, in your libido. Do I believe that you need to commit to practices like semen retention and celibacy forever? It's not about the practice. It's about the intention and the feeling that you experience as a consequence of that intention, of bringing that intention into the world today, which is what? Here's something really, I think, unparalleled, unprecedented, astronomically powerful in relation to, let's say, let's say you're addicted to adult material, right? A lot of people I speak to are only motivated not to stop and go on to something like semen retention because they want to attract other women. Now, that is something that will happen. It is something that you will experience. But the intention behind that particular decision is built on a bed of straw, not granite. It is so weak, it is so brittle that most people never experience it. What instead is a granite foundation in which to build your church? And that granite foundation is that I do not want to be the kind of man who watches other people have sex and pleasure myself to that. The shame that I experience, the guilt that I experience is unbecoming of the boundless nature of my soul. What does that do to your psychology? I mean, if you think that has no effect on your perception of think about that, your perception of yourself, then you are delusional. You are lost. And then instead, going back to building our church on a foundation of granite or marble or obsidian, perhaps. I like that. Obsidian. An obsidian foundation, is I want my energy, my emotional state to have more consistencies with joy, peace, and love for the rest of my life than I would for a second entertain guilt and shame to poison and dilute my soul and spirit. Because I want to be able to look into the eyes of my wife or my girlfriend or my fiance and my children and my friends and my family, them to look into my eyes and to see behind those eyes, there is no shame. There is no guilt. There is no fear. I want them to feel that when they look at me, when I am in their presence, I want my field to permeate theirs with love, with peace, with joy. I want to be like a cool, soothing drink on a summer's day when I come into other people's presence. Because the former is you poisoning their minds and their hearts. You are walking around with a cloud over your head, and you are diluting their soul and spirit. No theories. Facts. Speak soon.